In my therapy practice, I work a lot with African American men who struggle with traits of narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder. And there's a few things that I notice from a clinical perspective in working with men who have narcissistic personality disorder. And um, I should also tell you that I work it with men in my private practice, and then I have extensive experience in working with men and women in the correctional setting also, and that's a different level of pathology on a totally different level. But anyhow, with African American men that I work with in my private practice, one of the things that I notice is that they struggle with internalized racism or self hatred with their own race. In other words, there's a trauma there that they have with actually just being African American, and that becomes another avenue, if you will, of self destruction and something that they want to separate themselves from internally, even if they never say it out loud. It's something that, we work through the challenges around just what it's like to even identify with blackness. And some of the challenges that they've expressed is wanting to separate themselves from that. So ways that they will separate themselves from their blackness is, making fun of African American people, or, being around racist people and sort of absorbing jokes that they hear from other races about their own race and just sort of letting it roll off their shoulders, like almost like that doesn't really apply to me because I don't identify as being a part of that group. And also the ways in which they take out quiet forms of rage towards people of their own race. That could be with people that they're dating, that could be with people in their families, so other Black people in their community. There's always a way that they sort of demonstrate rage, even within their own race. Another thing that I notice is the relationship with their mothers. So there's this push pull dynamic, and it's always an abusive relationship that they have with their mothers, where their mothers sort of vacillate between making them their confidant, almost like their boyfriend or husband in a way, versus their mothers also at one point in time or another, also taking out rage on her own sons. And mothers can vacillate between being very abusive and condescending, between being helicopter, overly loving. And so there's like this dynamic where between their mothers, where it's almost like a love hate relationship. And so those are two things that I just kind of wanted to share some insight on.